Renzo. My name is Erika Felix, and today with my colleagues Sebastian, Radica, and Nicholas, we will present to you Macy's retail situation. In this presentation, I will talk first about Macy's background and their situation analysis. Moving on, Sebastian will speak about the set objectives, identification of the customer, and uncontrollable factors. Radica will talk about the controllable factors and specific objectives. And to finish, Nicolas will talk about evaluation and give some recommendations. First, I will give you a brief background on Macy's. Macy's is one of the biggest department store chains in America. It was founded in 1858 by Roland Jose Macy. Today, there are almost 600 full-line stores in operation within the United States. Its flagship store is located in New York, covering almost an entire block in the city. As of 2015, it was the largest department store by retail sales in the United States. In 2016, the company announced they were going to close various stores around the country and focus more on their online platforms. The company today has 130,000 employees and an annual revenue of 24 billion. Moving on to Macy's situation analysis, I will talk about three main themes: new technologies, changing consumer, and competition. With new technologies and digitization, Macy's needs to adapt to the use of omnichannel by combining the physical, mobile, and virtual world. This will create new opportunities for them and their customers. As customers are adapting to new technologies, they are changing and don't have time for clutter anymore. They prefer to go to a specialty store rather than walking around a big department store looking for what they need. Today, customers want everything fast, and this will create value for them as it increases the interaction with product and retailer. Customers are now spending more time online, and this is reducing the foot traffic in stores. Competitors like Sears and JCPenney are closing down as well, and this puts Macy's in a bad situation since customers are not going to malls and prefer to buy online. Also, new competitors like Amazon are entering the market of online shopping. Macy's has to invest more on their online platforms to enhance their customers' experience and attract new customers.
Between 2015 and 2017, Macy's reported 11 consecutive quarterly sales decline as they struggled to cope with declining mall traffic and changing shopper habits. For most of that period, the company's turnaround efforts focused on cutting costs and closing underperforming stores. In early 2016, Macy's announced a major organizational restructuring with the goal of cutting annual operating expenses by $400 million. At the same time, the company announced that it would close 36 stores in early 2016. The cost savings and store closures weren't enough to offset worsening retail sale trends. Therefore, in August 2016, Macy's revealed plans to close another 100 of its roughly 675 full-line stores over the next few years, but mainly in the year 2017. This turnaround late last year allowed Macy's to enter 2018 with some momentum. On the Q4 earnings call in February, Macy's CEO announced a plan to make big investments in 50 stores, known as the Growth 50, to drive faster sales growth. Some of the changes included new lighting and improved fixtures, upgraded technology, a greater focus on big-ticket items through new or enlarged furniture and mattress showrooms, and the introduction of food and beverage offerings inside the stores, such as Starbucks cafes. By mid-year, with many of the key improvements still to come, the Growth 50 stores had already seen a meaningful lift in their sales trends and customer satisfaction scores. Results continued to improve in the third quarter, particularly after Macy's completed renovation work in those stores. As a result, Macy's plans to upgrade another 100 store locations in 2019, using what it has learned from the Growth 50 stores. Over the next several years, about half of Macy's store fleet could potentially get these upgrades. The Growth 50 initiative, along with the expansion of the Macy's Backstage off-price chain and ongoing technology investment, has helped Macy's substantially improve its sales performance this year. Through the first 3 quarters of fiscal year 2018, sales rose 2.7% year over year, including a 3.3% increase last quarter. With a full year of the benefits from investments made this year, plus an additional lift from the 100 stores set to be upgraded next year, Sale growth should remain strong in the fiscal year 2019, even with the comparison they have year by year. Macy's prime target market is females between 25 and 50 years old who typically work outside the house, have children, and have an average family income of more than $75,000. There are three brands that are Macy's biggest rivals, which are Dillard's, Ross, and JCPenney. Now, Dillard's is seen as one of Macy's biggest competitors, and they operate in the apparel retail industry. They have a total of $4.8 billion in revenue. However, they do generate $11.6 billion less revenue compared to Macy's. Now, Ross is also seen as one of Macy's top competitors as well, and they also operate in the apparel retail industry. They have a total of $10.8 billion in revenue. Now, JCPenney is another one of Macy's top rivals. Just like Macy's, JCPenney also operates in the department store space. However, they generate $490 million more compared to Macy's, who has a total of 16.4 billion, while JCPenney has 16.9 billion in revenue. A lot of consumers nowadays have changed their shopping habits, and as a result of that, it has threatened a lot of department stores such as Macy's. We are entering an era where technology plays a crucial role in our daily lives, and as a result of that, it has caused Macy's to adapt to their customer needs. According to the company, they have implemented a strategy that they are trying to convert customers via any channel. The reason for this is due to the most valuable customers being the ones who buy in store and online. In addition, there was a study done in 2015 where they discovered that the customers who buy both online and in store are the ones who have a 30% higher lifetime value compared to the ones that only use one channel. Research has shown that about two-thirds of all shopping trips today start online, with customers researching the options at their desktops or on their smartphones or tablets. Then the customers often come into the store to touch, feel, and try on the merchandise they saw. It might be that they might buy it in store, or they might buy the item later while sitting at home in the evening. But around 50% of this process is non existent with the Amazon model. The burden of being at home to receive packages is the biggest problem that Amazon and other purely online players face, while physical retail stores like Macy's are more equipped to deal with and deliver with what the modern consumer wants, which is being able to research at their own convenience, to try on and touch items at their own convenience, to pay at their own convenience, and to pick up purchases at their own convenience. The future is digital, in other words, but it's in a store's ability to merge the digital with the physical that will prove the most winning for customers. Macy's launched its Click and Collect program in 2013, which combined with its digital wallet, which can be accessed via the Macy's app or over the web, can integrate the store's loyalty program, special offers, and the various payment options available all in one place. This has basically proved to be one of the most popular amongst customers. The Macy's app allows shoppers to check local availability, reviews, and inventories, and the items can be ordered and delivered at home or in store. In addition, in store shoppers can choose to have items shipped to their homes, which frees them from the inconvenience of transit if they so wish to. Macy's is a strategy that all retailers should be taking heed of, which is the first, which is the customer first approach, which is understanding who their customers are and delivering omni-channel experiences to them, followed by ensuring that the customer's needs and wishes are facilitated every step of the way through the shopping cycle. Combining both mobile, online, and in-store experiences proves to be the backbone of the company. Now, moving on to the seasonal influences on department stores. The holiday season, which is the period around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year, is quite crucial for department stores. However, fourth quarter sales are very important as well. Fourth quarter sales for department stores include the impact of the holiday season in November and December. In the fiscal year 2013, Macy's generated $9.2 billion, or 33% of its annual sales in the fourth quarter. Macy's and its peers invest heavily in promotions prior to and during this period in order to maintain high levels of inventory to support strong holiday sales. Now, moving on to the next one, back to school season. Another important period for Macy's is the back to school season, which generally extends from August to September. And it's the period in which students and their parents purchase apparel and other items required for the upcoming school year. Now, lastly, is Macy's 2014 holiday sales, which run through November and December as well. And as a result, it has increased 2.1% compared to the prior year. The company's emphasis on expanding its digital channel includes its online and mobile business, which as a result has helped them generate higher sales.
So, what Macy's effectively done now is divided stores into three different kinds, but for the purpose of this presentation, we'll be combining two of them. The first one is neighborhood stores, and the second one are magnet and highest tier stores. Now, the neighborhood stores are basically the ones that are targeted towards customers who are looking for discounts and coupons, whereas consumers that want to go to the magnet and high tier stores care more about the latest fashions and trends. Okay, so most of these neighboring stores are located in suburban shopping centers, and Macy's is already planning on shrinking the size of these stores. Since we have established that most of these are largely discounted stores, they need to be lower in cost. Macy's can, in fact, refurbish these stores with different lighting, flooring, and fixtures, but of modest prices. They can also alter the merchandise of the store based on the consumers that live around, which will be further explained in the next slide. As for the magnet stores, they are mostly located in CBD locations and unplanned business districts. They would also require refurbishment, but of higher quality, flooring and fixtures to attract the higher end customers. There would be rationalization in both kinds of stores, especially in the magnet stores because they are very close to each other. Because the stores that are very close to each other would be closed down. Another really interesting fact about Macy's is that they currently own most of their land or the stores that they operate in. What they are already doing in some places is selling these stores and closing down because the real estate value of these stores is much higher than the operational profits that they would get from these stores. Another reason for them closing down their stores is because of competition. A lot of their competition is moving online due to effects of digitization. Macy's and its competitors together used to be co-anchors to bring consumers to the mall, and now that the competitors are closing down, Macy's is being forced to heavily invest in digitization too, which will be covered later on in the presentation. For now, we see the benefits of Macy's stores closing down and them selling the real estate, as they sold 4 of their McLean stores for a total of $46 million in late 2016 and one of their Nanuet stores for $11.5 million. Moving on to the merchandising management and pricing, Erica mentioned before that the consumer behaviors were changing and consumers wanted more efficiency in their shopping experience. That is what the first point is talking about, decluttering. Macy's is effectively trying to declutter their stores so that it's easier for consumers to find what they're looking for. A recommendation here would be to also have clear signage about what departments are where so consumers are less frustrated with the clutter. The second point is to alter the product assortment and range. Now, the neighborhood stores, which are aimed at low income or discount seeking consumers, could have the lower valued products and the discounted ones, whereas the magnet stores could have a wider variety and higher end merchandise. They could test out new merchandise here and new creative presentation ideas, much like what Myers did for Winter Wonderland at Christmas in 2018.
Now, I'm going to talk about some of the recommendations that we thought for Macy's. They are based on, first, how they are perceived by customers and how they can continue to mix its physical and digital retail models and strategies into one omni-channel that best matches their targeted customers, and to become a modern omni-channel retailer to have showroom and experience center to maximize convenience for the customers. Macy's could also use digital technologies such as chatbots, self checkouts, tablets, virtual reality, or any other, to improve their in store visual merchandising, to help customers connect with in store associates and speed the checkout times. Also, Starboard Value estimates that Macy's real estate holdings are worth around $21 billion. This is because Macy's owns most of the stores that support its store location. Therefore, we believe that Macy's should sell their stores and then rent or lease back all of the remaining stores. This will free up capital that Macy's could use to invest in its business. Macy's could also persuade its customers to pick up most online orders in store by using the omnichannel, which will reduce shipping costs and will increase cross sales as customers bought additional items when they come to pick up their orders that they made online. Additionally, Macy's could use something similar to the idea that Nordstrom is doing by using images and data from Pinterest or other social media to show its merchandising and letting customers see images in their social media like Instagram and the reviews of products on large scales in store. Macy's could also use the remaining physical stores as a unique experience of shopping with friends or families that would not be able to happen online. They can also utilize the space in the store for additional services like professional makeup artists, hair salons, photographies, etc. This way, they will increase their traffic on the remaining stores. And lastly, Macy's could also utilize location-based services and sensors to track customers' behavior and optimize the store and products displays properly with the GSI and beacon technologies in their store. To conclude, we believe that Macy's strategy on closing down stores is not a reflection on poor performance, but a reflection on adaptation to a new, more technological market, making them having to approach differently and adapt to a new retail strategy. By following the recommendations on the overall strategy and specific objectives stated before, we believe that Macy's could win their market share back and become the market leaders again. For Florenzo, we want to thank you for the retail management class and hope we see you again soon. Thank you.